for framework partnership agreement. And with that, we expect, if we succeed, to get up to 50,000 euros annually during 3 years. And the call is already open, and the deadline is in December. Our team is currently composed of 18 members, and we already started planning our recruitment strategy for this year to increase the number of members and to get our team sustainable in terms of human resources. We have been cooperating with other best bodies, for example, with Tigru when preparing the grant application to get support for training events for next year. Also assisted Educo in preparing the grant application to Erasmus Plus to get support for best educational platform. Regarding our working methods, we already plan to restructure our archive and wiki. And we also are starting to implement a project-based structure inside our team to get our members more involved in the work we do. Finally, regarding cooperation with foundations, we want to improve this area by diversifying funding programs to which we apply for, and also by attending info days, which are seminars organized by foundations and other entities. And in those seminars, we get information about funding opportunities. And it's a way of establishing a relationship with those foundations. Before ending this presentation, I'd like to acknowledge LBG Prague for hosting Grants Short Intensive Meeting. Also, the former Grants Working Group Coordinator, Maria Stanojevic from Belgrade, who has been supporting our team and provided us very valuable knowledge transfer, and also Patri, previous treasurer, for contributing to our work. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ana Rosa and the Grants Working Group. Do you have any questions for them? No. Hania.
Hello, thanks for the presentation. Sofia from Hania. Are you planning to have a strategic plan on how to help LBGs that want to apply for a grant?
Actually, we are open to give feedback to you, and if you approach us, we already reply to you. And yes, we had a discussion session during Grant Sim about that, but nothing is yet implemented. And we want to actually improve the sharing inside of the grants apps. Also, we have supporting materials already available for LBGs and everyone interested in grants. So yes, it's a way of contacting us, and we will do our best to support you.
Okay, thank you. Other questions? It's question time. Okay. Over there, a question.
Charles from EcoCentral. I had a question. When you said diversification with foundations, I don't know if you made the calculus, but how much do you plan to get with these foundations? For example, is it going to be like a whole new direction where you can get all your money from these foundations because they are very rich? I don't know. Or is it just something else that you can have outside of Erasmus Plus and YOFIN and the other supports?
If I understand you correctly, the idea is to update our list of potential funders. And also by attending these info days, we will get more information about other funding opportunities. For example, next week we will get to know some more opportunities for youth NGOs from the European Union. So maybe potentially we can get some support besides from Erasmus Plus. Let's see. It's to update and then to define a plan. If we have projects that fit their goals, then we for sure will apply for them.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions? If not, we are going to move on to the next presentation. Okay. Thanks again. Carolina from EEC for the presentation of Red Apple.
Hello everyone, can you hear me? No? Okay, I'm Carolina, the External Events Committee Delegate, and I'm going to present you Red Apple 2.0. So firstly, I will be answering these three questions. Why Red Apple? What is it? And is it okay as it is? And then I will introduce you the new concept of the project and the future steps. So, why the Red Apple? This project was created so that the academical part of the course would be improved in a voluntary way by the LBGs. So the idea was that once the LBGs were achieving the Red Apple requirements, then they would be ready to be made mandatory for everyone. But what was Red Apple exactly? So you would have to fill 4 requirements to be awarded the Red Apple Award. And these requirements were having at least one serious question in the application form, have uploaded the syllabus 3 weeks up to before the event, and also upload the syllabus and the pre-materials, before the event. And the 4th requirement was uploading the course information form in private area 2 weeks, up to 2 weeks after the event. But what was wrong with it? Firstly, it was noticed that the current requirements were not really improving the general quality of the courses. So, also, it was noticed that the requirements were not really challenging, and some LBGs were getting it easily. Also, the Red Apple 1.0 is not flexible in the sense that we could not add more requirements to it. We were limited to those 4 requirements. And also, the model makes the implementation difficult, since some LBGs were not achieving these requirements, so it was quite impossible to know when these requirements should be made mandatory. So that is why we've come up with a new version, a new concept that encourages the LBGs to keep looking to do a better job, and it's a flexible model that and it's extensible, and we can add more requirements to it. So how it will work? We will have a structure in which the LBGs will be competing. We will have a league, and the idea is to accomplish achievements that will award the LBG points. So the more points you will get, the more it means that you accomplished more achievements. So in the end, we will have a threshold, and if you reach that threshold, it means that you can accomplish the Red Apple. And the LBGs that achieve the most requirements, then they will be awarded the Golden Apple. So the next steps. EEC has been working on these achievements, and now we need to present them to you and ask for feedback on these achievements, and then we will be implementing them during winter meetings. So if you're interested in the topic and you want to contribute to it, then we encourage you to join the discussion group and contribute to the topic. Finally, I want to congratulate LBG Gdansk, Kiev, Novi Sad, St. Petersburg, Thessaloniki, and Turin for achieving the Red Apple 1.0 for Spring 14, and also LBG Athens, Maribor, Barcelona, and Aveiro for Autumn 13 Red Apple. An applause for them. And questions?
Thank you for the presentation. Are there any questions about the Red Apple? École Centrale?
Yes?
I don't know if it's only a French quality norm, but have you heard of ISO 9001 quality norm for events? No? Okay. Well, in that case, maybe it's only French, so it doesn't apply to every LBG here. But it's an external quality norm for any event. Could be a sports event, could be an educational event on anything. And you can very easily communicate on that for companies or for universities, for example. And I was wondering if it could have been a strategy for the Red Apple committee to say, we're going maybe to switch to a public quality norm where anyone can communicate upon, while the Red and Green Apple, I think, is very best internal. And yeah, I've got an award, but no one really knows outside of that what it's like. Is it?
But I didn't get your question again.
Yeah, the question is, have you searched for public quality norms that could be used or complementary or as a replacement to those internal Red and Green Apple quality norms for the events?
Yes, we have been thinking about the requirements or the achievements, and we've selected them. But you mean where or why did we come up with the specific new requirements?
Why only internal quality norms, and why not, I don't know, I suppose Europe has public quality norms for the events? No?
Why only internal?
Yeah. The thing is, if I try to make it clear, it's easier to communicate on awards when it's known, for example, like a Nobel Prize. Anyone can communicate saying, hey, our university got a Nobel Prize, for example. And so for best LBGs, it would be easier to communicate when having an award, and if this award is publicly known and not only known internally in best.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe we can discuss a bit more about it.
Yeah, well, okay.
Later. Okay, cool. Next we have Aachen, then Vienna. Aachen over there.
Thank you a lot, Dario from Aachen. I have the question, can you please share a little bit about the structure in detail, because I don't think that everybody will join the discussion group.
Okay.
Thank you.
The structure of the new model, you mean? Okay, so it will be like this. Instead of having 4 requirements, we will have a bigger list. Right now, the discussion group will present around 20 achievements, and then you don't have to accomplish all of them. You will have to accomplish some of them to be awarded the Red Apple. And if you achieve most of them, or the LBGs that achieve the most, then they will be awarded a bigger award. But these requirements, you want to know more information about them? Or okay, so some examples, it could be uploading the grades of the students signed by the professor in private area. Or, for instance, another one is to have the midterm evaluation online instead of on paper, so that we can actually know that it happened and it's there. And there are many other examples. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you. We have Vienna and then Naples.
Hey, I'm Veronica from LBG Vienna. And I wanted to ask, since you want to do more achievements, how do you plan to grant the LBGs? Since some will have more achievements and some less, do you still just give a paper, or are you planning to do something more than a paper?
I think it's not completely decided yet, but for now the award we have is a certificate, and yes, but the one that gets the most would have something bigger, but it's nothing set as far as I know.
Sorry, Naples and then Brussels, and that's it.
That was from Naples? Whoa, it works now. It was actually 2 fingers to Ecole Centrale, just to clarify. There are internationally recognized standards quality for events. I think the question was about, have you considered including this into the requirements? Because it might help to promote these achievements also to the outside world, because Red Apple is something that only us understand, while internationally recognized standards is something that you can communicate also to partners and academia.
Okay, so as far as I know, we didn't look for those specific requirements.
Could you please speak louder?
As far as I know, we didn't look for those specific requirements from European standards, but then we had a brainstorming, and then these requirements that we are going to present and that we want feedback are a result of that brainstorming. But yes, it's a good point. Thanks. After
In the EC for the Red Apple, the question from Brussels is cut. Oh, you still want to have it? Okay, so go ahead.
Hello, I'm Jochen from Brussels. I was thinking about, are there any more benefits except from acknowledgement internally? For example, what the person from Ecole Centrale said, to give more promotion for the ones who give good courses, give some more promotion to external students, for example, or any other more benefits, because now there is only internal acknowledgement, and we just don't feel the need to go for the Red Apple.
Okay. I think that the biggest award that you get is that knowing that you did a good job and you are delivering a good service. And knowing, I think it's already a good start. But yes, that's something that we can think of, bigger acknowledgement. Yes, but no, right now it's just knowing that you did a great job and you are actually improving the academic quality of the courses.
Final question from Bratislava.
Gabor from Bratislava. Are there going to be new requirements, or are you just using the same ones with the process?
No, these are new and they are not mandatory. Like, you don't have to fulfill all of them, just as much as you want.
Okay. Thanks again. Keep up the good work. Okay, the next presentation is from Oyan. We're going to learn about the local leaf project.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay. So, hello, everyone. I'm here to tell you a bit about local events project. Let's start. So, have you ever wanted to organize a new local event, but you didn't have any ideas about what? Or do you ever needed to recruit people, but didn't have any idea on how to organize a recruiting event? Or maybe you just you're a bit bored maybe as an LBG and you want to provide a new local external service. Then, local events project is here for you. A bit of history before we go into what is it? Like, it was in 2013 by Gregor from LBG Ljubljana after GA Valladolid, where the aviators were elected. And the team was formed under them, and some work was done, but then the project died. And during our board training, we were educated about this project, and we found it very interesting. So we started researching what was the interest of LBGs about the project, and then afterwards we decided that it was time to try and revive it again. But why is this project interesting? So, The goals of local events project is to gather diverse and innovative local events in one place so that they can be easily shared with the rest of the organization. And this has the indirect effect to stimulate ideas and encourage innovation through the organization. Not only about service, but events in general. How is going to happen? We're going to create a platform where these innovative local events can be shared. What kind of platform, you may ask? We don't know yet. The project is just starting. It could be a wiki, a database, a document, whatever crosses our mind that can be used. That could be the result of local event project. What are going to be the next steps? We're going to send a call for a lab project coordinator after PM. And after the project coordinator is chosen, we will also send a call to join the team. And then the work will begin. We'll begin working together in December/January, let's say. And our goal is to create this platform GA Hania, so that the next board and the next coordinator can start adding the ideas and so on. So, if this sounds interesting to you, then I really encourage you to join the local events project discussion group. You're more than welcome, and we're going to discuss about if you find this project useful again for your local group, can it actually develop not only the sustainability of your local group, but also improve the quality of the services you provide, and how would you like to see this project be implemented? You prefer a wiki, you prefer a database, a website, who knows what. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Oyan. Do you have any questions about this awesome project? Lisbon.
Sorry. Clemente from Lisbon. Thank you, Oyan, for the presentation. I would just like to ask, there is already a question in the LBG reports, which is which local external events did you organize? Did you think about maybe looking at what the LPGs have written in the past and making a database out of that, since lots of local events are already described in there?
We were considering using LBG reports to gather some of this data. The problem is that first, the LBG report is already very extensive. So having LBGs fulfill also this much data about their local events will be quite an effort. And also, usually in the LBG reports, not a lot of information about these local events is mentioned at all. Sometimes it's only the name, and it doesn't really tell you anything about how the event is organized, what is the add value compared to other local events, and so on. So it's probably not going to be the right way to gather this data. There are some ideas, maybe like, for example, in one discussion group, the idea was to have something more like Wikipedia, where the LBGs can share themselves. And the other idea are actually to have a team to contact LBGs and get the idea. We don't know yet which system we're going to use, but we'll see soon.
Okay. Thank you. Question from the knowledge management.
Hi, it's Sonia from Knowledge Management. Did you think about using this database, and if you find some interesting local events, to implement it in a whole VEST, like EBEC now or something?
Well, I didn't thought that far yet, because in the end the project is just starting. We don't even know if in the end the project will be successful, because it's really dependent on the involvement of local groups, of how much you guys want to share with us and we're able to put in the platform. But of course, every best member will be able to see these events. And if we notice that in the future, like future boards, if they notice that there's a very special interest in one specific event and every LPG starts to organize, then maybe.
Question from Cluj.
Madalina, LBG Cluj-Napoca. Thank you for sharing. My question is the following. How do you think to communicate with the representatives from each and every local best group?
Okay, also in this field, there's a lot of ideas. Most of the questions that you will ask, unfortunately, I cannot tell you a precise answer yet because the project is not defined and depends on the coordinator that will be chosen also. But there were some ideas, for example, using arrays to help in this process, having the team contact the LBGs one by one, and so on. Probably we're going to use the help of some other bodies that are more involved with LBGs because the team is not going to be very big. So.
There are no more. Esteem?
Marcin from Esteem, you mentioned that the idea died in 2013, so it was only 1 year ago. So what do you think that now the idea won't die in the same way? What has changed from the 2013? It wasn't that long ago.
Okay, when the project was started by Gregor, it was an initiative of an individual member that asked the board if he could start this project. The aviator said yes, and they provided him with the proper support, like wiki and this kind of thing, a mailing list and so on. The problem that happened is that since it was mostly like an individual effort, what happened is that in autumn of 2013, he found a job. So his availability became very low, and he was not able to push forward the process, and then it naturally died. And to avoid this happening again, since it's not an individual effort anymore, but it's more like our organizational-wide effort, the risk of this happening is lower.
Thank you, Oyan. Any other questions? Thanks a lot. Let's move on. Chris?
As always loud. I'd like to invite to the middle Nikita. He prepared a wake-up game for us. Probably he did find out about it now because it's his punishment for being late to the plenary. It's a new concept that is not introduced to Best for the first time, but for the upcoming time. He will explain everything, and I will just play this movie. Can everyone please stand up?
Hold on, ambulance, please.
Okay, hold on. Where does it hurt?
My stomach. ちゃんと痛いけど痛い。
救急車を呼んでもらったからといって安心はできません。しっかりと自分の状態を相手に伝えましょう。
I have a bad case of diarrhea.
私はひどい下痢です。
I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea.
I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of
肩に手を乗せ I have クロスして A bad case お腹をさすって of diarrhea ジェスチャーゲームの要領です。感情を込めてやってみましょう。
I have a bad case of diarrhea. 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 I have a bad case of diarrhea.
Thank you, Nikita.
Thank you, Chris and Nikita, for the entertaining moment. The next entertaining moment will be provided by Marilyn and our invited NGOs. it done again? Oh, yes, clicker. Good. Yeah. So hello again to everybody. I will really quickly introduce you to our partner NGOs. There's 4 of them in this event, 3 here at the moment. Matthias sadly had to do some work. They're really, really, really nice. They will tell you more about themselves. We also have a 5th one, Elsa. They're law students. Unfortunately, this year they couldn't attend. I'm working very, very hard to have them at GA for all of you to talk to. And I will first give word to Ajay to introduce themselves.
Dear presidential meeting, it's my utmost pleasure to present Ajay here in this place, this nice venue, with all of you here as a delegate of LBGs. I guess I pronounced it very well. My name is Ivan, and I am a member of International Board of IJ Europe. We are based in Brussels as the International Board, and I would try to somehow explain you what IJ is and what IJ does. Where is the clicker? Thank you. First problem, like when I explain something to my friends, is like I what, like what, like, too many variations. IJ comes from French word. I cannot pronounce it properly because I'm not French speaking, but basically the idea is that these des États généraux, these were the powerful parts of the civil society in the 80s in France. So the idea of IJ was born from the active part of the civil society. We are not linked to any political party, but I'm not going to lie to you, we are a very political organization in terms of advocating to the decision makers, the student opinion in Europe. What is special about us is that we do not have any kind of regional or national level. So it means that it's only local groups and then international bodies. There are no intermediators anywhere, and this is something that is very special. We are not focused on any kind of field of study, so we are interdisciplinary organization. And we have members inside and outside of the European Union. I personally call it that we are the network of the friends from Canary Island to Siberia, because we have the local group in Tyumen, which is in like deep forest of Siberia. What IJ stands for? We have the similar structure of the identity as a best. So first, we define what is our vision, what is our future goal. Then the mission, what we are doing right now, means how to achieve this vision, and then we have also statements of principles. Don't be scared when now you are going to read the vision. So vision basically contains the idea of unified or borderless Europe. It means that we in our organization believe that people from Sweden, Spain, Finland, Czech Republic, Italy, they have something in common. They have something that defines them as members of the European continent. And we are trying to develop these values that Europe stands for. Is it not working? Sorry. No. Oh. Yeah, here. Cool. Mission stands for what we are doing right now. So basically, we are trying to involve our members to be active in the society, to actively participate in the decision making, and to empower the diversity. Means these are the 5 pillars what we are doing. So we provide intercultural exchange, trainings and non-formal education, thematic projects, policy and advocacy, and then room for the discussion. A little bit of the history, but first I would like to ask, like, how many of you went to Erasmus? Please raise your hands. Okay, quite a few. So this is the the most visible part of IJ history is that in 1986, when the Erasmus was almost disapproved, the IJ, committee director of IJ, met François Mitterrand, and they persuaded him to support the initiative. And if France supported the initiative, then also UK and Germany supported, and that's why Erasmus came to the existence, due to the advocacy work of IJ. We have other achievements, but I'm not going to be talk about it a bit. So we have approximately 200 locals from Canary Islands to Siberia, 40 countries, 13,000 members. Our strategic plan consists of 4 focus areas. So first is developing the idea of Europe, youth employment, civic education, and youth mobility. And now the partnership with BEST. I must say that on the behalf of our committee director, we are very respectful to your organization, and we are really proud that we can participate in common initiatives. Common initiatives are basically training events, then also some kind of applications for grants, and of course IFISO, when I am also cooperating with Marlene right now. So these are some kind of our events, and if you have any kind of question about the cooperation, please approach me and I will be glad to answer you. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ivan. If you guys have any questions about IAG or about the cooperation with between BEST and IAG, please ask them now. We have more or less 5 minutes for it. Yash.
Hello, Bogdan from Yash. Thank you for your presentation, and I want to know, how do you manage the communication between the local groups and the international bodies of IAG?
What I also observed from this presidential meeting, we are also using the mailing list. And then we have the special body, which is called Network Commission. And this Network Commission consists of 11 people who are just like a link between our international board and the local groups. So they are transmitting the message from above to the bottom, but also from the bottom to the top. Is it okay?
Thank you. And the next question comes from Naples.
From Naples. Working. Being MEST a non-political organization, we're not able to make political statements. What was how did the IJ stand in regards of the geopolitical happenings in Eastern Europe earlier this year? Did you make any statement about that?
Well, this is kind of a tricky topic in our organization, because we have the members from Russia and from Ukraine, from also the conflict areas in South Caucasus. When it comes to Ukraine, 1 week ago we decided that our annual thematic conference will be dedicated to the topic of Europe and Russia. So we do not have any clear position on the conflict. What we stand for is that Ukrainian people are fighting for the democracy and rule of law, and these things are complementary to the IJ identity. So we supported these movements, but no, we do not have any kind of clear position like in the conflict. We are just supporting the movement because our members are also involved in this protest and in this movement. And I guess that after this annual conference, with the topic of Europe and Russia, then we will have the clearer position in the conflict or in these happenings.
Okay, I'm extra Paco. I had the pleasure to go to one IJ event, and I asked them one question, and they couldn't answer me. So I'm expecting you to be able to do it. It's like, how many active members are there in IJ?
Well, it depends on the definition of who is active, but if we are talking about the participation and our general assembly and our statutory events, we call it statutory events, you call it general meetings, I guess. In that case, I would say that 1,000 people are active like during these general meetings, because we have the annual thematic conference that is like 300 people, and then 2 general assemblies that are 800 people, basically. So in this case, I would say that 1,000 people are really active in the association.
Erlanger there, sorry. Could you please also stand up when I mention your name?
Patrick, LBJ Erlangen. So just recently I've been to a network meeting of IHA, and I realized that local IHA groups and LBGs sometimes face or often face the same challenges. So I was wondering, is there like cooperations ongoing on local level? Because I think it would make sense often to combine the resources we have.
I was kind of expecting this question, and we have, I heard, because now when I'm in international board, I heard some kind of successful stories from people, especially in Spain, and also I guess in Naples they are cooperating, but I'm not sure. And the thing is that me, as a member of the international board, we cannot enforce anything to our locals, basically because they have kind of independence, that we are not telling them what to do. And I also think or believe that what we share as a problems in IJ locals, you are also sharing in your LBGs. But then it is matter of goodwill of you as a representative of your LBG and also a representative of our local to come together and to try to deal with the problems. When it comes to the international level as well, like me and Marlene, we were in the last IFISO meeting 2 weeks ago, and we found out that, okay, even though our focuses are different, we are also facing the same problems. So this is something which is the place for the cooperation. And us as an international board, we are supporting our locals to actively cooperate with other student NGOs in their cities, and also to try some kind of new partnership. Because I would say that there are areas that you are very good at and IJ is not, and we can benefit from you, and also vice versa. So it's then up to your personal decision as a board to communicate and then cooperate.
Okay, thank you. I still have Pati, Mostar, and Kaunas on the list, but we're already pretty much over the 5 minutes. I would like to ask you if you still want to ask the questions now. Otherwise, I would encourage you to please ask them later on. Can I? Okay, you still want to ask it now? Okay, Pati? Okay, if you don't know, it means that it's not so important. So, Mostar, and yeah.
Hi, I'm Asim from LBG Mostar, and my question is, how did you manage to have such influence on the Turkish government as a non-political organization?
We are not non-political, we are non-partisan. So that means that we are not linked to any kind of political party, but we are political. So our members also in Ankara and in Istanbul, when it comes to the opening of the Erasmus in 2004 for Turkish citizens, they actively advocate and lobby for the needs of the students, and that's something which we encourage, because we are also advocating for the mobility, and mobility not only of the EU citizens, but also citizens out of the EU. So Turkey, Ukraine, Russia. So this is our position as an organization, and we encourage our members also to do the same.
Thanks a lot, Ajay. We're going to move on to the next presentation.
I will just quickly mention that not to have all of this fun in one day, two of our partners will present tomorrow. So today we will hear from Bonding now.
Hey. Hi guys. As you might know, I'm Ben from Bonding. I am like a member like almost more than 2 years. I was a local president in Kaiserslautern, Bonding of Kaiserslautern. I'm not sure if you know it. It's a really small city. I'm like the ambassador of Bonding since May this year. I had like some best experience with cultural exchange with Timisoara, regional meeting Prague, Right in Cluj, regional meeting Leuven, and now the JBT in Aachen, which we did like in a cooperation. And yeah, many people think bonding is like compared to bondage. Therefore, I have to present like this picture, but actually we are not. I was thinking doing like kind of brand with bondage, but the others in our organization didn't like it because they think it will go like in the wrong direction. Yeah, but still I have to show this picture every time. So what is like our vision? We want like to build the bridge between the companies and the students. Therefore, we have like several events, and this is like our German landscape where we are at the moment. We are founded in Aachen in 1988, so we are also like 25 years old. Unfortunately, we are only located in Germany due to the language, because we only speak German in our plenaries, and there won't be any chance that they will be speaking English soon, so we only stay in Germany. We were thinking of going maybe to Austria or Switzerland, but at the moment we are trying to involve a new LPG up there in Bremen, and that will take lots of resources. Therefore, we stay for the moment in Germany. As you see, we are quite small with only 200 full members, active members. So compared to IAG or BEST, it's nothing. Yeah, this is where we come from. There are like 11 cities, 11 pictures. Maybe you have been to Germany. Maybe you recognize something. If not, maybe you get the chance sooner or later. So what do? We do like the job fair. I think most of you have already heard about that. We have like the topic days. It's like a day where we have like for one topic, automotive, sustainability, medical, chemical, yeah. We also do like the bonding engineering competition. Since 2005, we are doing it like every year. This year we had like the first round with more than our 11 LPGs, because we said, okay, let's do some more rounds in cities that are close to LPGs. So this is like a job fair, how it looks like. We have like the 11 job fairs in Germany. Every year we have a job fair in every city with sizes from 70 till 330 companies. And this was like the main entrance in Aachen. And here are some more pictures. So we also have really much fun, like this beaver. I was the beaver in Kaiserslautern. So we are not always totally professional. We have our fun times. And like the upcoming job fairs are the one in Aachen, Munich, Kaiserslautern, Dresden, Bochum, and Erlangen. So if you want, just send an email to the ambassadors or band at bonding, and then you have the chance to be a co-organizer at the job fairs. I will send the dates to Marilyn as well, so you will get the opportunity to get informed. Yeah, we have the training system like Komodo, and social events, team buildings, and the corporations. Therefore, we did like the JBT with Aachen and our clubhouse. We're thinking we're doing this the next years as well. And you have some questions.
So for the presentation, any questions about bonding or the cooperation between BEST and bonding?
Yeah, just a quick question on your job fairs. Is it possible, since we have a cooperation between BEST and bonding, for BEST members, for example, to be part of the job fair, not as an organizer, but as a visitor? Is it possible for an LBG member of BEST to be a client of your job fair, for example?
Like a participant?
Yeah, participant.
Of course.
Okay.
Like we have like the slogan of free for students from students, so every student can go there. So yeah, just step by. But yeah.
A technical from Insta.
Hi, write me for LPG and SAC. Can you put the slide with the cooperation between bonding and... Thanks.
Okay, a question from Naples.
Carlos from Naples. I had a chance earlier this year to visit the Baumhaus for JBT Aachen. I was wondering if you could tell the plenary more about that, and I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, which are the advantages for a student organization of owning your own building, and would you recommend it to BEST?
Well, I'm here at the PM of BEST, so I love BEST, so I love also the JBT, and at the moment, Richard, I think most of you know Richard, is doing like the financial report of the JBT Aachen, how much it costs. But in my opinion, I totally support the event, and hopefully we will improve it. We had like the joint training Be Right, which had some issues in the last couple of years. So at the moment, we are already trying to improve the joint training. So maybe it could be possible that the future Be Right will be a JBT. So hopefully we will go in the right direction. Is it like why? Is it all right for you?
Yes, thank you. The second part was, which are, in your opinion, the advantages for a student organization, for instance, for bonding, of owning your own building?
What are
the advantages?
Oh, the advantages. Well, still, on the JBT, there were like 10 places for bondings. Unfortunately, there weren't bondings as participant. Well, there was one and a half. But maybe for the future. You want clarification? He wants to know what are the advantages for bonding on a JBT.
Okay, what's going on?
I'm sorry. No, it was the advantages of owning your own building, like having a house, like a Baumhaus.
What's the advantage of having a building of the organization?
Okay, thanks. Well, the advantages, since we're only in Germany, we have like the Baumhaus, it's our clubhouse, and located in Germany, middle of Germany. There we will have like all our training sessions, so we don't need to rent a hostel or any other place. We kind of bought the house several years ago, and it's like paid out throughout the year, and therefore we have it. That's the advantage.
Thank you. We have Novi Sad, then Aachen, and then Yash, and I would propose to close the list here.
Yeah, Elena from Novi Sad. I have a question. Is one of the requirements for participating at your event knowledge of the German language? Because as you said, you're only situated in Germany.
Good one. At the moment, I'm trying to get a view about the external relation person in Germany and try to rearrange it. And there, one of the questions is whether it is better for besties if they speak the German language when they visit the job fair as a co-organizer. At the moment, I didn't get any answers yet because I'm here in Gdansk. But throughout the history, there were lots of different besties without speaking German, and they fit in. I think Vardan from Tallinn was last year there in Hamburg. I'm not sure if someone else was there already on the job fair, but it's not a requirement, no.
Thank you. The next question from Aachen, and then Yash.
So first of all, thank you very much for hosting the JBT together with us. It was a really amazing event. Like, I want to thank you for that. On the other hand, I have a question like, okay, you have like also this best engineering competition, and at some point you have 11 groups, and you, as far as I understand, you organize like a finale as well. Is there any consideration to implement this into the best pyramid of EBAC? Or do you work on this project?
Well, I do not work on this project. Maybe like the back team. I think Richard was talking with the best or EBAC coordinator from this year or last year, I'm not sure. We are still thinking about it, but we had some, I think it's a little bit difficult to really implement it. We think we need some workshop or working group who works there and tries to find a solution how we can do it. From my side, I think from bonding sides, we are really open for it. We would love to do to send our bonding team to the final or to some other best EBAC session or final. So hopefully we will get some group there and work on it.
Two fingers from Mathieu from the board.
Yeah, so it's a very good question. Actually, sorry, Mathieu from the submarine. So the cooperation between Bonding and BEST on the topic of engineering competitions goes back like almost 10 years. And there have been a couple of joint projects that have already been considered. For instance, actually the first edition of International Engineering Competition, the first idea was to be between BEST, CFES and Bonding. As for the idea in specific of integrating bonding into the best engineering or into EBAC, it's tricky for a number of reasons because, of course, we have our own EBAC handbook. We have different regulations, which we would have to bring into accordance with bonding groups that are applying, let's say. And also EBAC is a really big selling point for BEST. But what we're trying to do is just to have the knowledge sharing also as best as possible, to have the co-organizers, to have the representatives, and then that way also benefit from each other, even if the integration is quite difficult.
Thank you. And the final question from Yash.
Bogdan from Yash. Can you please give us more details regarding international contact days? I see. International contact days. It's on the.
Yeah, I think it's an old event. It's not working anymore. Sorry.
Okay, thanks a lot. No more questions. You want to conclude? Okay, so that was it. We're going to hear tomorrow again from our partners, S-Team and CFES. Now we're going to, before the CEFI presentation, we're going to do another wake-up game. As it's getting late in the day, we're getting a bit tired, so we're going to have them a bit more
I would like to ask the French Mafia for a wake-up game. So, fast, friends, people, into the middle. Do you need a microphone, or you can do it without? I'm pretty sure there's more than 6 French LBGs. Why are you just 6?
Thanks a lot for keeping up the tradition of this wake-up game. Now let's welcome Trin with a CEFI presentation on behalf of Educom.
Okay, hello again. I will have the chance to present you the conference of CEFI in Birmingham this September. But moreover, I will also speak a little about CEFI and best collaboration throughout the years, cover bits and pieces from the previous conferences, and dig more deeper into that conference this year. And then the further steps of the cooperation. So, first of all, CEFI. Also, in longer translation, it's European Society of Engineering Education. I cannot pronounce the French name. Mathieu maybe can help me later. CEFI is the largest network of that brings together the engineering education institutions, the professors, individuals, also companies actually. And CEFI and BEST have been collaborating since 1996 through organizing EOEs together, inviting CEFI members to be experts on the events, through organizing student program on the CEFI conference itself. And we are considered as the main student stakeholder for CEFI. The conferences, in a short way, we have been Flash Week in Lisbon, 2011. then CEFI annual conference in Thessaloniki, 2012. In 2013, we visited Leuven, and this year, CEFI annual conference took place in a non-best city, which is Birmingham. Some particularities about this conference then. As I said, it took place in Birmingham in UK under the topic of educating engineers for global competitiveness. This also meant that having a conference in a non-best city, that we cannot organize a students' program there. We cannot invite the local students to take part of the discussions. We were represented by 5 people this time. Radek Shahajda from Wrocław was a paper presenter. Myself as a delegate from my own university. Mathieu as a president invited. Peter Koppens presenting his own paper. Peter is also Educo former coordinator. And Alexia Greek name, from Thessaloniki as a CEFI contact person. Sorry, Alexia. Our participation was quite dense, including 5 workshops, 3 social activities, more than 10 sessions or presentations, and 3 meetings. We had a meeting with CEFI to discuss our cooperation. We presented a paper. We signed, CEFI signed the agreement for best educational platform. We went to EDC meeting, facilitated speed workshop, had a short address on skills closing session, on closing session, and received CEFI award, which I'm going to talk about a little later. So, in short, best is valued in CEFI. Our contribution in the student programs has been valued since 2011. And we are now trying to formalize this kind of loose participation in their conferences, inviting them into our events, and trying to formalize it a bit. CEFI has showed, again, interest in having BEST as associate partner. And there's a possibility of formalizing this collaboration that we have as an agreement. This, however, will be discussed in the next meeting with CEFI, which is expected to be in November in Brussels. Okay, so we presented a best paper on the conference on the topic of involving students in curriculum development. Participated in EDC, European Engineering Deans Council meeting, and presented MR, market research results on skills topic. We were also invited to make a short conclusion on the skills topic in the closing of the conference itself. And it's not clicking. And it clicks too much. And we received CEFI Francesco Maffioli Award, which is given to student associations or individual students for the first time ever. It's for the dedication throughout the years to contributing in engineering education with our activities, and it reflects Professor Maffioli's passion for collaborating with students. The prize came with a certain money injection to BEST account, and it was award. The award was received on CEFI dinner with a speech, both from CEFI and BEST, from Mathieu. You can see some pictures from the award speech itself. Kamel Havash, the president of CEFI, said very nice inspirational words of the collaboration so far throughout the years. Mathieu complimented it from BEST side, and finally the awards dinner ended with Pira former secretary of PEST who was there as a company representative, giving some words from her side as well. We had some nice networking time for the future contacts, and the next steps are to seek for student program possibilities in Orleans, meaning basically talking with the French LBGs to find out how could we organize this. Also potential meeting, as I mentioned, and of course continuing with the scientific work and submitting papers. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Trin, for your efforts today. We really appreciate you trying to make our lives easier. Any questions about the CEFI conference? Don't be so shy. Valencia. Cool.
Hello. Hello, Adrián from LBG Valencia. My question is if it is possible to collaborate locally for LBGs with CEFI, and if so, how?
Thank you for the question. Yes, it is possible to collaborate with CEFI on local level because CEFI happens to have local representatives. By contacting CEFI local representatives, you can get in touch with them directly, or you can approach CEFI contact person Alexia from Thessaloniki, or just Educo for having some more direct contacts to the international side of management of CEFI.
Thank you. CEFI, anyone?
Question?
Okay. Please feel free to contact Trin and Educo at any time for more information about any of their projects. You've seen quite a few presentations from them already. You're not allowed to say you don't know what Educo does anymore. So thanks a lot. We're going to move on to the next presentation. Okay, we have the 3 remaining SARs. Okay, so we are going to start with ITC. And I want, before that, I want to say that we are still ahead of time, even with an extra presentation. So. Nice.
So, ITCers, come.
Stop.
Stop. Hello, everyone. Sorry. Hello. I'm here to present ITC semi-annual action report. First, I'm going to start with you probably know that ITC didn't have a summer meeting this year. We couldn't find a host, and that means that we had some delays since we couldn't make the goal setting in summer meeting. We found our very beloved LBG Copenhagen, and they made autumn meeting 3 weeks ago. So you'll see the work that we did since then, and also what we managed to do without summer meeting. The first thing that we did, and it was based on outcomes that we had from GA, we focused a lot on our internal structure, on HR, and we managed to make a new recruitment plan and also a new integration plan, and we were actually aligned with the international HR goals of BEST. The other thing, the very polemic subject that all of you know, we focused a lot on our server part. We have a very dedicated administrator now, and we're focusing on having a very stable system. Instead of just fixing stuff when it's randomly broken, we're actually making a plan for making our servers and our stability much more stable. Then ITC Autumn Meeting Copenhagen appeared. We finally managed to make our goal setting, and apparently my presentation is broken. Oh. Okay, so our ongoing projects decided after autumn meeting. We're still in cooperation with FinTeam in BCC improvements. Also, we have PA access rights follow-up after the input we got from RMs last year. We have, as I said before, our server maintenance plan, and also we're cooperating with Educo on contact database. Future plans, we're changing from our coding environment at the moment, which is Parade, to a much more modern and easy-to-use environment, which is Git, maybe some of you know. Also, we're continuing with our HR improvements, because it's something that we feel that we really need to work upon. We have service redistribution amongst servers to get better use of our resources and also not to make it more stable. And we have a new project, which is Mac Update, which I will talk to you next. As you know, our code is a bit unstable, and there's a metaphor that I like to explain this, that our code is a bit like a car. At the moment, you can patch some parts of the car, you can fix, but when you finally have to change an important piece, then it's much more difficult. You cannot just fix some random parts. You have to change the whole structure. So what we're doing is a huge project where we're going actually to update our code to run on latest versions of Java and Tomcat, and very fancy words, but we're pretty much updating it to run on newer technologies and to make them more up to IT standards everywhere. And this is a huge project. It will also allow us to have more time to work on different fields of ITC, like interaction design and administration. And I would very much like to thank LBG Copenhagen for autumn meeting, LBG Aveiro for passing, all the LBGs that host our servers, Lisbon, Tallinn, Zagreb, Brussels, Ljubljana, and Krakow, and Skopje. I would also like to thank Alejandro and João, former ITC coordinators, Oscar, our VPIS, and all the ITCers here present for making this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna. While they're taking a picture, could marketing please get ready to present their stuff?
Meanwhile, I ask all my dear fellow markers, come in the middle. Marketing develops and implements marketing strategies for whole BEST. Therefore, we support different BEST bodies and LBGs, And therefore, we have several projects. One of the biggest projects of marketing is PR project. The aim of PR project is to build the strong external image of BEST. Therefore, we have a PR team who is managing our social media channels and contacting traditional media and facilitate local PR mailing list. Regarding social media, we have 3 pages on Facebook, 2 Twitter channels, 1 page, 1 group on LinkedIn, YouTube channel, and Instagram account. How PR project supports LBGs? As I mentioned, we facilitate PR project facilitate a local PR mailing list. Also, we create PR project creates handouts related to PR strategies. Marketing project was launched a bit more than 2 years ago in order to achieve objective of current LTSP to create advanced marketing of BEST. Right before GA Bucharest, we updated and created new marketing strategy documents. And this year, we strive to disseminate them. And one of the goals for this year is to create the marketing plan for whole BEST. Marketing provides a big support with the graphic design, both for LBGs and for other BEST bodies. We create different designs for Educo, for FinTeam, for other projects like EBEC. Also for LBGs, I hope you all know external events posters. We make them every year, and for every season of external events, we create promotional materials. One more project of marketing is annual report. You know this booklet describing the whole of the work of BEST for the whole year, and annual reports for 2013-2014 will be distributed during this PM, and the work on the next edition will start right after PM. Photo group is a group of people interested in photography. They collect the best picture of best events. They managing our Flickr account, and they organize photo contest, which was already mentioned, and we will continue announce winners. Text editors are people who are provide the big support with the feedbacking of best documents. Also, they are interested in copywriting and text editing. Also, marketing provides support for EBEC project. There is a media team. The aim of media team is to raise awareness about EBEC in social media channels, take care of pictures, videos, interviews, and texts for public website. And also, marketing assures the proper usage of visual identity. So, dear LPGs, don't forget to respect VI. I forgot to mention that we elected new project coordinators. You can find the names in the report. And I want to thank all the marketeers who are here and who are watching the live streaming. I also want to thank LBG Warsaw for hosting our meeting, and LBG Belgrade for organizing marketing seat, and LBG Prague for printing posters, and printing delivery, and Gdansk for printing annual reports. Well, thank you very much. Feel free to ask Dobroshmi if you have any questions, and feel free to ask me questions during commission. Thank you.
Thank you, marketing. T Grow will be next.
Okay, so all trainers, tigers, tutors, whee, to the middle. Okay, seems like all the tigers, trainers and tutors are here now. So I'm Kathleen, I'm GIGA coordinator, and I will be presenting you the semi-annual action report of the training group. Here you can see some of the tigers who have worked really hard for the past half of the year. Where is your roar, Nicola? Good. So I'm shortly going to talk about what we have been doing so far and what we have in plans for the upcoming mandate, a little bit about events, and then also share some thank yous. So we have worked so far on the image of training. First of all, JBTs. So far we have focused a lot on executing the JBTs. There has been 11 JBTs happened so far this year. And now, since most of them are already finished, we will start focusing more on the evaluation and also try to make all the process better for the next year. So that is also one of the reasons why we will have a discussion group on this PM. So you're all welcome to join that and contribute. And pretty much the same goes for train shops. We have had 4 so far, and we have tried to make sure that we get all the reports and all the evaluation from the trainers team and from the participant side. And in January, we're going to have a trainers meeting where we will try to make train shops as a whole a bit better. Besides storing and reporting, we're also focusing on the mapping part, because we have a lot of knowledge stored in Wiki or in general in PA, but it's very unstructured. So we want to make this more structured so now knowledge gets lost. So at the moment we started with the mapping, and we're going to continue with during the next month. We have also made sure that we have tigers present on very important events for us. For example, on RAM, to have good connection with X-rays, and also on Trap 21 to have good connection with the new generation of trainers, the first one. So what we have also focused a lot on is search for the trainers. As you might have noticed, not every time trainers apply, so they need a little bit poking from our side or from your side. And we're also trying to make this process a lot faster and easier, both for you and for us. We have focused on secondary education. We will have 2 training events for trainers coming up this year, and we will have also several trainers meetings to develop different topics. General meetings, these will be executed for the next year, and also for RMs, which will be executed for the next round of RMs. And local training plan, about which you already heard before. Also, I would like to thank all the 11 hosts of JBTs that we have had so far, and all the coordinators. You have done all a wonderful job. There are still a couple coming up during this year, maybe and even a little bit more than 2. Also, I would like to thank all the hosts for train shops. There have altogether been 4 of them so far, and there are still 3 more coming up in the next half of the year. Besides that, we had management KT. We also had the Grosamo meeting in Thessaloniki and Trap 21 in St. Petersburg. So huge thanks also for you. So all the hosts, be prepared. Something is coming towards you during the next days. Also, last but not least, I would like to thank all the 114 trainers for their 2006 training hours that they have delivered in BEST since GA. So thank you. Good job.
Thanks a lot, Tigro, as well. Okay, the next session is commissions. And since we're not going to come back to the plenary anymore tonight, I'm going to have the final announcements of the day happening now. Chris? No.
It's working. Alrighty. So, where do I have those? Okay. First of all, Oyan with the lovely merchandising.
Hello everyone. My fellow extras that have been taking care of merchandising told me that there are some problems with some t-shirts, the Doja and Loju ones. We are not taking care of those, so the Dimitar team and Violeta will not be able to help you with those ones. So find who is responsible for those t-shirts and ask him.
Thank you, Oyan. No problems. You will get them. They're here. Okay, the second one is that, as you know, bottles have caps. The box love caps. Karina has the box. You do the math. Now it's the commissions, so back to you, Karina. That was all.
Before you start heading off to the commissions, Oscar wants to explain a bit more about what's going to happen practically.
Okay, so now after this, the session is closed, please go directly to the commissions. Keep in mind that as commissions are before dinner, you will lose from your own private time if you are delaying it. So the more effective you are and the more on time you are, the more you'll get to benefit from your free time afterwards. Also, who is assigned to FinTeam or ITC commissions, please check the list again because there was a small mix-up. So check to make sure that you are still assigned to those specific sessions.
Okay, for dinner, it's going to be LBGs from Lisbon to Wrocław going first from 8:45 until 9:15, and LBGs from Aalborg to Leuven going from 9:15 till 9:45. The extras and the people in the back will go with their half of the plenary. And since there are no organizers at the moment in the plenary, we actually don't know if we have announcements from them. So please watch out for flip charts. We'll ask them to have any sort of information relevant for tonight displayed on flip charts in the lobbies, okay? Okay, so 21:45. Okay, so you have any announcements from the organizers? Okay, so technical from Helsinki. Could we get the microphone to Helsinki there? Behind you, behind you.
Timo from Helsinki. Hey, what about International Evening? How do we deal with that?
That's why I said watch for the flip charts. Okay. So let's have this session closed. Enjoy the commissions, and we'll see what happens later.